Welcome to Storytime with the Degen. Today we'll be reading Chapter 1 of the Degen Chronicles. What's up everyone, Chris the Dice Degen here. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back if you are not new. I appreciate everyone being here, stopping by for a little bit of story time, a little bit of a trip report. All right, that's what we're gonna do today. So on Sunday, July 10th, so yesterday, I went to the Resorts Casino in Atlantic City, met up with Clay or East Coast Craps on YouTube, as well as Lou. So they invited me to come play, and we had a great time. Overall, we had a really good time. I walked in, Lou was on his roll when I walked up to the table. These two gentlemen were there before me, so Clay and Lou. So I walked up, Lou was mid-roll. He had hit 20 box hits that would have been paid, so he had a good roll. Not a 20 roll, longer than that, but he had 20 hits that would have been paid on the box. And the reason I know that is because Clay was doing his chip tracking. Very, very interesting system of how he tracks the rolls and stuff. So learned a little bit about that, but Lou had a great roll. I bought in for $600. I was at stick right hook. Clay was next to me, and then Lou was on the other side of the table, like stick left 2. Girlfriend Degen was there, so we were all chatting, having a good time. Dice came around to me. I had a mid-20 roller. I don't know exactly how many rolls it was. Clay was doing his tracking. I had 14 box number hits that would have been paid. So that doesn't include come out rolls, doesn't include any horn numbers or anything, or come out 7. So 14 box number hits that would have been paid when the puck was on. I believe I set 8 points. I hit 7 of them. It might have been I hit 6 and I set the 7th. I don't really remember because we're talking and doing other stuff while we're playing, so I lost a little bit of track of my rolls. Usually I don't do that, but I did. But had a good roll and made the dealers probably about $60 as well. Had dealers on the hard ways plus whatever points I was on, and obviously hit 6 or 7 points, and then I hit about 4 hard ways, I believe, on those rolls. So mid-20 roller, it was good. Clay was next to shoot, followed it up with hitting the 4-point fire bet and like a high teens roll. So it was good. We were up, or I was up anyway, pretty quickly there. So definitely was not complaining. When I showed up to the table, Clay was down a little bit, but then at this point he was back to even and then up some. Lou followed it up with another nice roll right after Clay. So 3 shooters in, I was up about $400 at that point. And there was people coming in and out of the table. Waited for the dice to come back around again. I set a point, hit the point, set another point, hit a box number, 7'd out. So it was like a 5 roller. Not good, but you know, it happens. So I wanted to throw that in there though, because I did have the longer roll. So I wanted to throw in that. Doesn't always happen that I did have a 5 roller on my second shot. I only shot twice. But that was the overarching how the casino trip went. I ended up profiting $309, tipped the $9 to the dealer plus the other like 60 or 70 that I had made them on my own roll. So dealers were happy, we were having a good time. But main reason why I wanted to make even this video, I thought about just doing a short for the trip report, but I have a lot to say. So didn't think a short was long enough. So my first roll, I'm rolling, having a decent roll so far. Gentlemen on Lou's end of the table, because Clay and I were on one side, Lou was on the other side. Gentlemen on Lou's side, pretty disorderly. I don't know if he was drunk, but he was disorderly, which this also brings in Chiro's Here's the Deal. This trip could honestly fit probably 3 of his Here's the Deals, but anyway, if you haven't seen those, go check those out. They're cool. They're really cool. Anyway, so this guy buys in mid-roll. Now, points on. Puck was on. It was on the point of 4. And guy buys in. If you know me, you know that buying in mid-roll is one of my biggest pet peeves. All right. If the puck is off, fine. Personally, I prefer waiting for the next shooter, but if the puck is off, fine. Don't buy in when the puck is on. All right. I don't care if the person is your best friend. I don't care if you hate the person. Don't buy in when the puck is on. All right. Guy bought in, puck was on. I didn't notice it at first because I was getting paid out from whatever number that I hit before that, and I was making sure the dealer was paying properly because there were new dealers on the table. So I was very closely paying attention to the payouts on the bets, what I had out on the table, so I knew either that I could help with whatever the payout was or that I made sure I was getting the right payout. So as I'm getting paid, girlfriend Degen kind of gives me a nudge, and I'm looking at her like, what? Like, I'm mid-roll, like, what's up? And she just looks at the end of the table, and guy's buying in. She knows. She knows what my biggest pet peeves are, and that's one of them. So, guy's buying in. He's getting paid out. I'm annoyed at this point, right? I hate when people buy in mid-roll. On myself especially, I hate it. I hate it for the shooter when other people do it, but when I'm the shooter and somebody buys in mid-roll, I'm really annoyed. Now, personally, do I think I need to work on that? Yeah, a little bit maybe, but it gets me every time. It really does. So I see that. I roll my eyes, do a whole thing, like do a little walk away from the table and come back. When I came back to the table, Clay had hopped the Reds. Now, one thing I do want to mention. Clay did it in such a way, very, very respectful way, that I didn't even hear the bet go in. All right, so if you're not superstitious, if you are, if you aren't, it doesn't matter. But some people have the superstition when you hop the Reds, you hear the number 7, you know what's coming next, right? Well, Clay put the bet in to the point where I didn't even know the bet was in, that when I looked at the table, I saw that he had the bet out there. So Clay, I really do appreciate you, all right? I'm not very superstitious if someone says a 7 around me when I'm shooting, but the buy-in pisses me off. But saying it around me, but Clay did it in such a way. If you know Clay, super, super gentlemanly. All right, great guy. I didn't even know the bet was out there until I actually looked at it, and the only reason I looked at it was because I was hopping the Reds on myself. All right, when that happens, and I'm telling you, I didn't have the dice for about 2 minutes. So, superstitious thing or not, I hopped the Reds. I turned all my bets off. Clay turned all his bets off. Lou pulled all his bets down because they know, right? And I was ticked off. So I ended up shooting again. I rolled a 9, so it would have been a box hit for me. I don't know if Clay tracked that box hit or not. I don't know, but it would have been a paid box hit. We were all off. The Reds obviously didn't happen, so I returned the hop Reds again on the next roll because it may not come on the next one, but I had a feeling it was coming possibly. Anyway, next roll I hit the point. So I had my pass line and odds still on, but my box numbers were off, but I hit the point of 4. Puck was off, so now I'm good. Now I can turn my bets back on. I ended up going on for another, I want to say like 8 or 10 rolls after that, but one of my biggest pet peeves, all right? Now, this guy, he got looks from me, all right? If you know me, you know I don't really pull any punches. I was raised outside of Philly, all right? I'm not from the city. Not that gives me an excuse for anything, but if you have any predispositions on Philly sports fans, all right, I probably fall into every single category. So you're going to get what you get with me, all right? I don't pull any punches. It's how it is. So the guy was getting looks from me the entire time. I was just shaking my head at him. He was looking back at me. I just was disgusted, honestly disgusted. This same guy left the table and came back maybe 35, 40 minutes later and did the same thing to somebody else. Now, it wasn't me, it wasn't Clay, it wasn't Lou, but somebody else was shooting. He bought in mid-roll again. This guy clearly has no etiquette. That's enough time spent on him. He wasn't the biggest problem of the day, believe it or not. There was another gentleman who was on the hook next to the dealer on the same side Clay and I were on. And this guy was so annoying. The word annoying is honestly an understatement for how this guy was, okay? Every time he placed a bet, he was arguing with the dealers on something. He didn't like where his bets were being placed on the table. Again, we're dealing with new dealers here, all right? And this guy, I'm going to be honest with you, was standing in between two positions on the table. He wasn't at an exact spot. Now, where he was placing his bets were in a spot, so the dealer, should put them in that spot he was placing his bets on, like for the pass line, the fire bet, but whatever. This guy was like, the table wasn't full. There was the three of us standing around it for the most part. But every time this guy had something to say about something, some payout, some bets, I don't even know what, something. Guy thought he was like God's gift to the green earth, all right? He should have been dealing, whatever. He guy was really, really annoying. And the dealers, yes, were they messing up? Yeah. But he's worried about my bets and Clay's bets. Clay and I were fine, right? We were good with the dealers. We were having a good time with them. We were helping them out. Not this guy, all right? He's pouncing on the dealer as soon as my bet's getting paid. Little does he know half the time I'm pressing my bet up. The dealer's paying me the right amount, all right? I have an $18 six, pays 21. I asked the dealer to take me up to 24, right? Dealer gives me 15. Guys tell him the payout should be 21. Well, yeah, you're right. The payout should be 21, but he took the $6 off to press my 6. Worry about yourself, buddy, all right? Don't worry about me. Don't worry about Clay. We're good, all right? Him and I are watching each other and watching each other's bets to make sure things are placed properly and all that kind of stuff, but we're friends, all right? We can do that kind of stuff. We don't like you, all right? He was really annoying as well. Really, really annoying. Constantly going on about something, all right? The funny part to me is with this guy, right? I only watched him from when I got to the table on, obviously. This guy was playing a pass line with box numbers. He'd pick like 2 or 3 box numbers every single time and bet that, plus the fire bet. This guy's rack was not growing at all. Okay? Not growing at all. I went on and hit either 6 or 7 points. Like I said, I don't know exactly which one. 6 or 7 points, plus box numbers, mid-20 roller. I had 14 box hits that would have been paid, plus 6 or 7 points, plus 2 come-out 7s with the pass line. This guy, I was up like 250 maybe after my initial roll, my first roll, my mid-20 roll. This guy, he wasn't up anything. I don't know how. All right, I really don't know how. He's too worried about bitching and moaning at the dealers to worry about, I don't know what his bankroll was or anything. Whatever, I don't care. But yeah, this guy was just annoying the entire time, all right? Constantly going in and out and in and out. Then when we're coloring up, he's counting our color up and like telling the dealer, well, that doesn't look right. Dude, mind your own business, all right? I'm not going to go on too much about this guy because he was really, really annoying, constantly correcting the dealers. Even when he was wrong, it was a disaster, all right? 2 things that I want to bring to everyone's attention, but quickly I'll summarize. If you know Lou, if you know Clay, great guys, all right? We had a blast playing, all right? We all profited. We all won money. Me personally, I colored up for 900. Like I said, 909, I tipped the dealers. The $9 plus the money that I made them on my roll. Clay was betting for him on his roll. So I colored up for 300, which is 50% of my bankroll in winnings. All right, so I had a good session. But Clay also had a good session. I know Lou did as well. Lou left a little bit earlier because he had some other things to do. So I don't know exactly what he colored up for, but it doesn't matter. All right, we all won. We all had a good time. But 2 things. All right, 1, please, 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 please. If you do anything at the craps table, do not buy in when the puck is on, all right? The dealers will let you do it, but the table will be mad at you. I can promise you of that. The table, we were all like, Clay and I were just like beside ourselves that the fact that they did it and stuff, and our bets immediately, first things, words out of my mouth after I had a few choice words were turn my bets off, hop the Reds. All right. Don't buy in mid-roll. Also, the second thing, and probably more important, honestly, than not buying in mid-roll, do not think you know it all right? And if you're going to correct somebody, do it with respect and do it nicely. And especially when people are new, I don't care what you do with anything, all right? If it's at the craps table, if it's in life in general, all right? Be nice to people, all right? Especially when you're at their place of work. I don't know what this guy does. I don't care, to be honest with you. The dealers are there doing their job, all right? They're learning. They were new. Be respectful, all right? Be nice to them. Help them, all right? Don't sit here and they pay out your bet wrong or it's in the wrong place and just start yelling at them. This guy's first reaction was to yell rather than, ask a question. Like, for example, with the bets being in the wrong place. Why is my 5 here when it should be here? Or am I up on this hard way? Not yelling at the dealer. I honestly wish I took my phone out and had like a decibel meter because this guy was getting loud, right? I don't think he was drunk because he wasn't drinking at the table for the 2.5 hours I was there. He was ordering like soda. He wasn't ordering drinks. So I don't know, whatever. But be respectful, all right? Please, please, please be respectful. Again, this is their place of work, all right? You're not going to come into my place of work and start disrespecting me with certain things, all right? Don't think you know it all about everything, okay? Yes, you might be playing craps for years. You may think you know X, Y, Z, all right? If you do, fantastic for you. Great for you, okay? But be respectful, be helpful, all right? These are new dealers, okay? We're bringing in bets and, it's overwhelming, okay? I'll tell you, you guys have seen me deal, right? I deal my videos, obviously, the strategies that I'm running, but I've dealt for the heads up. I've dealt for other things, all right? Dealing one person, dealing 2 people is hard enough, let alone when you have 4 people calling in bets at the same time, all this kind of stuff. It's not easy, all right? I've said it before. I'm going to continue to say it, all right? It's not easy. But to sum all this up, all right, my little chapter 1 story time, we're going to add a little summary into the end of chapter 1. Resorts in Atlantic City with Lou and Clay, East Coast Craps. Fantastic time, all right? We had a great time. We all won, which was nice. Like I said, I colored up for 300 plus my 600, so 900 total. 50% win there. Wonderful, fantastic, love it. All right. But please do not buy in when people are shooting, when the puck is on. Please don't do it. All right. It's really annoying. All right. As a little side note, be respectful with the bets. Some people are, again, superstitious with the 7s and stuff. I tend to think I'm not, maybe a little bit, but I tend to think I'm not. But again, Clay, I know you're going to watch this, so thank you for how you did yours. To be honest, like I said, I didn't even realize it until I looked down at the table and saw that it was there in your position on the table. So that's how I knew that you had it there. I didn't even hear him place the bet. All right, so everybody should be a little bit more like Clay with placing bets like that. All right, so Clay, appreciate you. Thank you. It was great playing with you. And Lou, it was great playing with you as well. And finally, guys, please be respectful to everybody, all right? Be nice to the dealers, okay? They're doing their job, all right? Especially if they're new. Help them out. Don't yell at them, all right? It's just not nice. It ruins the vibe of the whole table. Clay and I were getting annoyed at this guy for the dealers, all right? So just be respectful, okay? Please, please, please be respectful. And that's my trip report. That's chapter 1 of the Degen Chronicles. I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys have had things like this happen to you, drop it down in the comments. I love hearing these kind of stories and stuff. Well, I don't love hearing them, but I like to see how you guys handled stuff. I am trying to get a little bit better because sometimes the Philly aggression comes out a little bit. Not with physical aggression, but like, the looks, the eye rolls, one of those. If you do them, you know what I'm talking about, all right? But again, guys, I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little story time. If you did, let me know. And just remember, be nice to everybody. Don't buy in when the puck is on. And also, don't forget, everyone has a little DJ in them. Until next time, guys. Peace.